I think I should have asked him to make apology, a public apology to Jamaican people because the man did address one water problem, you know. And when me hear the man say, if Jamaican people did honest, as so the man say, you know, I don't know how we pass the people them. The man say, if Jamaican people did honest, you know, if you doubt it, muta ask somebody.
No, I doubt you, that's the way I say, man.
Yeah, man, but I want the people them. I don't know if I see me want ears I hear these things, but no, I want the people them. If I want tears to them, could have find back that newscast, the 14 day of May. 5:45 news me I listen to, and the man I say, if Jamaican people is honest, I think that statement is too much. Yeah, man who have 28 bank book accounts, but Jamaican people, if Jamaican people is honest, only listen to a man careful when the matter happen.
Like a 8-year-old mother beach. So what the father say? The father not there in the picture.
You know, sure, when I hear nothing about
nobody hear nothing about the father.
No. I don't know if it is an extensive interview, it go longer, but it's what a little sharp piece of shit. I'm saying, boy, I'm going to call about it, because I want to hear about it.
No, I never hear about it. I kind of lose touch with. But I get so caught up in the way I go in America, you know, that the local news come away to me, you know.
It's a thing I go in Los Angeles, I don't know.
Yeah, I know I go Los Angeles. And the whole of America now, by weekend, the whole of America go flood with people.
Yeah,
I'm celebrating celebrating birthday, you know. And them going to have March pass, like what them doing, like North Korea and all them places, China, and, you know, like my autocrat said,
autocratic type of leadership.
Good night. We're there with you. Next Wednesday night. This is June, we now. And we see some hurricane out there. Some hurricane out there, you know. Yeah, man. Some are shift go to Mexico way, some are shift go above way, and some are straight to way. Yeah, it look like the one with the one the name again. Andy. Brett it name, yeah. B-R-E-T, Brett. It a head towards this area, yeah, so we might get some rain and thing. What a thing. 16th of June is Lennon Oil birthday. 16th of June. Very important man in the Rastafari community. That is the man who tell us we mustn't deal with King Charles. But we have our own king, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Leonard Owl become one of the first man to really point us, Rastafari, to Haile Selassie. And now we see it has flourished into children after children after children, generation after generation. Whether you're poor or you're rich, whether you're educated or uneducated, we see a whole heap of one gravitate towards Rastafari. Rastafari, that cultural movement, revolutionary movement that stand against white supremacy and oppression and colonialism. That is what Leonard Owl preach against white supremacy and colonialism. And we want to say that is what we stand for. Tell you right up front, I am not one of them religious Rasta. You know, see it, we are dealing with liberation. Liberation is a cause until the philosophy that all one way superior and the other inferior. What is the sound? What is it? Philosophy that all one race superior and the other inferior. We hear Bob Marley sing about it, we hear it kind of regurgitate, mostly that the Rastafari community. But Haile Selassie said that philosophy that all one race superior and the other inferior. It's racism, white supremacy. And him go down the line and say, until that day, we Africans will fight if it is necessary. Because we are confident in the victory of good over evil. So that is what we're really fighting against when we say Rastafari. That philosophy that say African people is inferior and Europeans are superior. We don't stand for that in the mindset of Rastafari. So that is what me I say. Yeah, that is what me I say. Me not one of the religious one them. You understand? We start out reading and comprehending enough things, including the Bible. But we know hold on upon it like say is the Savior. And our Savior, it shows certain things and we accept certain things and dash with the other things. But we are hold on upon Emperor Selassie the First, and that we are hold on upon. Yes, serious thing. Emperor Selassie the First. We contend that all that came in between the colonialist time until now has helped to degrade African people. It helped to bring down African people ability to see themselves as part of history. Because them tell us our history, or they make us feel like our history start as slavery. But we, the Rastafari community, declare that we now accept that because we come to understand and know that our history go beyond even Solomon and Sheba, according to where Haile Selassie say, his dynasty go beyond Solomon and Sheba. And we declare that also. Take a break and come forward. That name echo right across the earth because of some people in Jamaica. This little island, that man from Ethiopia, thousands of miles away from Jamaica. And we echo that name. And it go across the islands and cross the continents, thousands of miles away. And we're still there. Still there. So we know, say, culture is a very potent and powerful thing. Because no matter what you do or say, everything comes from a culture. Yes. When you go to school or go to university, them teach a whole heap of disciplines, sociology, theology. Where the ideologies they with them have, anthropology. All of them have them genesis in a culture. And when you take away the people's culture, they are like wandering sheep, going here and there and don't know where. Until we find forward that inner self that them beat and whip out away, that them kill out away, until we resurrect that self and find our Africanness. We can go and jump up in all of the shoes them and the shirt them and the pants them where the same white people give it or sell with for wear, where them get making a China cheap and come back come sell it, and we all proud of it and tell my friend how we have on this kind of shoes and that the kind of shoes. Nothing of them come from out of your motherland. None of them. They make money off of it more than any other group of people. The amount of money that black people spend on cosmetics and clothes in America is a bigger GDP than all of the Caribbean islands them put together. All of them. And none of the things them we buy, most of the things them, is not something that we need. We don't need it. African people in a serious state of unconsciousness, or what I call memory loss. Memory loss. We need to gather back ourselves, man. Gather back ourselves. Too much of them are little we as it relates to what we do. And most of the things them we do now help to come out of the madness where we brains in we find ourselves in we may come out of certain things because we go to school, but we go get education, we never get knowledge. We get education and indoctrination. Most of the school them, that is what them do, them indoctrinate way. And where the school not indoctrinate way, in the church, indoctrinate way in it. And we still have no knowledge of self. And that is the biggest part of our problem now. We need to return to self. That is what we need to do, return to self. Very important that we understand that. Because if we don't understand that, we're in a big, big problem. We want to tell you about Junior Biles' tribute concert at the Louis Bennett Garden Theatre this Saturday. Louis Bennett Garden Theatre is the same compound from Ronnie Williams. We want you to know that that is happening. Junior Biles' tribute concert. I will be there, so as many other artists will be there, paying them tribute to a great artist. Yes. Them call one of them artists, guys, where them call it, him never get him due and him award and reward when him alive. Great songs him sing. And we also, I never tell you, the 14th of June, this is this Saturday. This Saturday that going to take place. Why you remember that? Here we go. I don't know if it's fair to say that America is on its down. When I say down, I mean that, you know, you have superpowers over the ages. Yeah, you have superpowers over the ages. Europeans may talk about. You will have Greece. Some people go as far back as Persia or Iran. But we all start at Greece. Nobody hears about Greece anymore other than tourism business. Everybody wants to go to Greece for tourist attraction, for the attraction in Greece, the place itself. And then you have Rome. Rome was the one that was more, known as a world power even more than Greece. If you know, Greece still have like Alexander the Greek and a whole heap of so-called philosophers who studied in Africa, even in Egypt, like Pythagoras. And then you have Rome, as we say. Rome become a superpower. The empire of empires. But then Rome fall. We hear about the fall of the Roman Empire. There's a book named Fall of the Roman Empire. There's audio books that you can listen to about the fall of the Roman Empire if you're interested. And then you have England, Great Britain, one of the powers that colonize more than most of the ones them outside of them country than most of the ones them who did come before them. Colonization and also slavery. England devastate a lot of countries. We could talk about the Caribbean, Jamaica. We could talk about India. When you have India as India, now you have India and Pakistan, which is the same people them. But as we say, Europe, which is England, cause that problem. And when I talk about some of the little island them in a different places, you know, ironically, we said last week, Africa never left, Africans never left Africa and go in our next country and kill the people them and take where them left and carry go back in Africa, go turn them in a slave. Nowhere in history, Africans go kill people outside Africa and take them and carry them go Africa, go turn slave to build up the place. Yet still, we is the one that feel the brunt of these Europeans. We are talking about the Portuguese. Yes, the Portuguese, one of the first group of Europeans to take Africans and carry go to Europe. The Portuguese. That is where Christopher Columbus was a sailor upon the Portuguese ships them. As you know, Christopher Columbus come from a place named Genoa in Italy. And he was a sailor upon the Portuguese ships them a sail to and fro in Africa. And then them end up in Spain and become what them now want to call the discoverer of the new world. That world was here long thousands of years before Christopher Columbus. But he was called the founder of the new world. When he was last, it's really last in the last. When him land in Espanol, I never know where him there. Never know where him there until him start looking at some book. Him think of India, because India had a plan for reach and him never reach there. Never reach there. India. With all them criminal activities. Him land for Hispaniola and start to do things where the people them never see nobody do. So Europe is the one that creates such havoc and contentions in Africa. Europe, to be precise, England. But then you have the French, you have the Germans, you have the Spaniards. So much of these countries, you have Italy. So much of these countries left for them country and go in other people country and almost wipe them out, the natives. Look what them do and go, look what the Irishman them do when them reach in America. And them go, they go say, Native Americans on Turtle Island. That is what them call it, Turtle Island, not America. Americus was the man who got there again, another European. Them call it Turtle Island. And them go, they go see them, almost wipe out the native them, take away them land, live on the land as squatters, and then them go to Africa, go take out people out of Africa, carry upon the land to make them work. And then them say, oh, we are the savage. Oh, we are the savage. And them write that down in a book, these savages, both the Native Americans and black people, them called savages. And at them go kill all the people them and take away them land. And at them go to Africa, go kill all the people them and draw them out of Africa and carry them go to America and this part of the world. And then you hear say, these people savage. You know, them have a culture that is ungodly. Boy, you can't believe that. The people who take away people land, murder the people them, kill off the animal them tell you say, are the people them who them capture, are the savages them. We African people supposed to be savage. We have no brains to comprehend simple matters. Like them I tell. Because we did have build things when them did live in a cave. We did have build things in Africa when them did live in a cave. And we take the simplest things them and build out of them. That now we say modern man can come now and amplify it into another level. You take one thing and carry it to the next level. But them say we are the savages them. Them go to Africa and say, I will probably never have no clothes because that wasn't a part of the thing. Them say, oh my God, these people, savages, they don't even have on wear clothes. And they're women, I mean, terrible things. Terrible things. And them still do it. But more psychological. Them carry you to a level, to a point where you have to resist or conform. It's either you resist or you conform. And if you conform, it's almost like you give up your humanity. Yeah, it's almost like you give up your humanity. If you resist, at least you find out, say, you have free yourself, even though sometimes we are not truly free, because we're still confined into a community or a center where they still control. But a whole heap of we can think for ourselves in that control spaces, that it don't grab you every time them say, hey, then we move. Like when them have them voting, where them set up this thing named democracy, them set up this thing named communism, them set up this thing named autocracy. All of these systems is created by white people to dominate other people. And we get caught in that democratic process where we don't feel, say, there's other things that is there. What were we doing in Africa before they came there? There were societies, there was family structure, there was education, knowledge passing from one generation to the next, knowledge, not indoctrination, knowledge. We had games and music. You know, we used to be closer to nature and life. Certain disease wasn't around us. Not say we never have no disease, but certain disease were done with life quick nowadays. Wasn't around us. We never fight over religion. You know, land was the basis of power, still is. And that is where most wars was fought over land. Up to this day, it's still a fight over land. And white people come Africa and thief the land. And we do have no land. And now we get caught in some box. So them put you in a box. It's a terrible thing. And we can't wake from that nightmare up to now. After 500 years, we don't wake from the nightmare. It's a terrible thing. Terrible, terrible thing.
They don't teach you this in school, but let me put you up on it. Before slavery, black people weren't just running around in huts. Nah, Africa was home to some of the most powerful empires, richest rulers, and greatest intellectual centers the world has ever seen. Let's talk about the real Africa before slavery. Africa wasn't just one place. It was a continent full of advanced civilizations. Let's start with the Mali Empire, home to Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. This brother was so wealthy that when he traveled to Egypt, he gave away so much gold that it crashed their entire economy for 10 years. And then we had the Songhai Empire, which controlled massive trade routes and had an organized government, tax systems, and military forces that rivaled Europe. And let's talk about Timbuktu, one of the greatest learning centers in the world. Before Europe even had universities on that level, Africans were studying mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy in massive libraries and schools. The University of Sankore in Timbuktu had tens of thousands of books. Some are the oldest books in the world. And let's be clear, Africa was a global trade powerhouse. West African kingdoms traded gold, ivory, spices, textiles, and even advanced weaponry with Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. African artisans were masters of bronze, gold, and terracotta, creating sculptures and jewelry that are now in museums around the world. And when it comes to technology, Africans were smelting iron, forging steel, and engineering irrigation systems before most parts of the world.
Yes, it's a serious thing. It's a serious, serious thing. That our history not start with slavery. And we have to keep repeating it. Because most of the time when you hear people talk about history of black people, them say, yes, well, we come here as slave. We never come here as no slave. We never come here as no slave. It's when we come here, them enslave us. Them enslave us, but we wasn't slave when we come here. We did have our own little generation going down there. As a matter of fact, somebody over them capture somebody over them, some of the prince them, some of the king them, some of the chief them, and bring on here. So we have to understand that, and we can't say too much time. We can't say too much time. We can't say, Cho, I said that already. No. Because if you listen to the radio, if you have 5 different DJs for the day, you're going to hear the same tune from 3 of them same way. The same tune. You listen to one, and then maybe another one come, because most of we now listen to the next DJ who have come before we. You see it? We come to our program, and sometimes you play a tune, and the DJ before you did play it already, but you still listen to it. And maybe I don't know the night again, you hear another DJ play the same tune. And you listen to it said way. So we can't say them things here one time. You see, because the reality of this is that most of what we do, how we want to do it. When we play all them things there, nobody else now play it, how we want to play it. So even if we play it today, and 2 weeks time you hear it again, more time a man never did hear it because I never hear it the first time. And it sounds fresh to him, but maybe it not sound fresh to you. But then when you hear it again, you grasp it better. And you grasp it on another level. Because it make you go think. And then you say, boy, I love you, that thing there again. You know, I wonder if that thing did say. And then all of a sudden you just hear we play it again. Maybe 3 weeks after. So it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing. We are not a slave, we never come here as no slave. And that's what we want to tell black people. We never come here as no slave. When them put you upon the boat, we was no slave. When them bring over here, so we was no slave. But when we reach us, so them enslave we. And I will probably fight for the slave, fight against it. It's not only white people, it's not only Wilberforce and the Quakers and all them people there where them teach about in a school in slavery. We burn down plantation and make massa feel it. That him have to say, no, we are lose money. We can't afford this slavery thing anymore, we are lose money. We fight. Don't make nobody tell you no difference. We did have a society in Africa that all the materials are now. We don't have them things in Africa a long time. We was builders, foundation. You know, man, tell you about Timbuktu and all them places. How about people know what Timbuktu there? My granny used to say, I'm going to lick your fingers out of Timbuktu. My granny never know what Timbuktu there. My granny never know what Timbuktu there. But she keeps saying it because it's a fireplace. We come grow up and realize about Timbuktu is one real place in Mali. First university. What me say? First university. Don't you hear me say that already? Yeah, man. I may say it again. At the first university, them find in Mali, Timbuktu. How much time you go hear that at school? You don't hear that at school. Them not teach that at school. Not tell about Harvard University. I would ask that at a university because a big university that where Trump no fight against. Trump a fight against Harvard University now, but we have to know, say, we did have university in Africa, then I had Pythagoras now. I know most of you know about Pythagoras theorem, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I Egypt, the man that did there, I study, for years, 20 years him study. And then him go back and them go out and say, him create the theory. We really don't know it already, then I think we build the pyramid. I think the Kemetic people then build pyramid. Them did have to know that mathematical theorem before to build that. To draw a stone from which part stone, they were big stone. Then put it upon wood and roll it and dry it. And when them fit it in, not even a piece of paper can go between it. The stone them that build the pyramid them. And when you go inside of them, is a structure to behold. Where them bury them pharaohs and all these things. But them not tell you these things. They make you feel like Egypt they clear over some other place where you can't even figure out. And only probably don't have the time to look on all a map of the world. And when you hear me say Egypt, say, I wish part of Egypt there again. And you just go in and we used to have atlas at school. You just go in your atlas and you look in there and you say, oh, what is it? Right, and I saw Egypt there. I never think say Egypt there in Europe. Because I think so too. Hey, sir. How much I know the things say Egypt in Europe? Put up your hand. Look how much I want to put up on her. I only want to put up on her because I never know. Maybe I only want to never know that until I listen to this program at all. Yeah, because you hear about Egypt on the map, you hear about Egypt in the Bible. And most of the first connection with Africa are in the Bible. But guess what? We never know say in the Bible them place there. We never know say in Africa them place there. It's a serious thing. We never know that most of the places where we see in the Bible, I read about in the Bible, is Africa right there. I mean, no say a whole heap of one. As soon as them start to listen to me, them realize, but rotted. That brother they don't mad like over that thing, you know. Because it's the place you might talk about right there, Africa. What a thing. What a thing. We have to know Africa. Because Africa is a cradle of civilization. Is the foundation of man's first existence upon the earth. Let me say, the first place that man appeared upon earth was in Africa. Al-Kabulan, the oldest name we have, Al-Kabulan. Ethiopia, land of the burnt faces, That is where the guys them get when them go over there and say, south of the Sahara, them say black people, and them frightened. Them can't believe the people look so. Sunburn them, which is true. It's the melanin in us. Them call we south of the Sahara people, Ethiopia. And we're still there after all of the problems, the tyranny and the slavery and all of them things there. We was able to come in at this time and all invent things too. Yeah, enough things we invent. Daily things that people use every day. Black people invent, and you don't know, says black people that invent it. That is the thing. Because them not teaching them thing there. They're not teaching them thing there. We want to play this. We want to play this. Because if we can't get it straight and play it, okay.
Genius black kids who are changing the world. Most kids under 15 are busy playing video games or using social media. But what if we tell you there are black kids playing Mozart-level piano at age 11 without a single lesson, solving insane math equations before you can even talk, or inventing a cure for cancer at just 14 years old? But who are they? In this video, let's know about these ones and more. Number 7, Jude Kofi. At just 11 years old, Jude Kofi is already being called one of the greatest pianists in the world. But here's the crazy part. He never had a single lesson. Jude was born prematurely with a heart condition and later diagnosed with autism, but none of that stopped him. One day, he stumbled upon an old keyboard in his father's basement, and instead of just pressing random keys like most kids, he started playing actual music like a trained professional. His talent was so mind-blowing that Bill Magnuson, a piano expert, gifted him a $115,000 grand piano because he recognized Jude as a Mozart-level talent. Now this self-taught genius is playing on TV shows, inspiring millions, and proving that pure talent always finds a way to shine. Number 6, Devon Freitas. Most 2-year-olds are learning to count to 10, but Devon was already solving advanced math problems before he could even talk properly. When he appeared on America's Got Talent, he left the judges completely speechless. From simple calculations to multiplying huge numbers in seconds, he answered everything with ease. Even crazier, his first word wasn't mama or dada, it was 7. His parents noticed early on that he would cry when they changed the channel away from educational math videos. This little genius was born to calculate. Number 5, Stacy Frew. At just 7 years old, Stacy Frew wrote her first book without her parents even knowing, and she didn't stop there. By the age of 9, she started her own foundation to help kids in her home country, South Africa. And by 10, she launched her own TV channel. Now she's on the list of the most influential South Africans, rubbing shoulders with politicians and business moguls, most of whom have probably been working longer than she's been alive. Number 4, Herman Bekele. At just 14 years old, Herman Bekele may have done something that scientists have been struggling with for decades. He developed a cure for skin cancer. As a young boy in Ethiopia, he saw people working long hours under the hot sun, often suffering from sun damage. After moving to the U.S., he realized how big the problem of skin cancer was and decided to do something about it. Herman created a low-cost soap that can prevent and treat skin cancer, winning the 3M Young Scientist Challenge and earning the title of Time's 2024 Kid of the Year. Number 3, Esther Okade. Most 10-year-olds are learning long division, but Esther Okade was already taking university courses. This Nigerian-British math prodigy took and passed the UK's GCSE exams at age 6. Exams that students 10 years older than her struggle with. By 10 years old, she had enrolled in the Open University, where she is currently working on her degree in mathematics. And get this, her next goal is to complete a PhD by age 14. Number 2, Cache Quest. At just 2 years old, Cache Quest became the youngest member of Mensa, the world's top IQ society. To put that in perspective, her IQ is 146, which is higher than the average adult genius. By 18 months, she was speaking in complete sentences, identifying all 50 U.S. states just by their shapes, and reciting the entire periodic table of elements. Number 1, Jeremiah Addo. Jeremiah Addo from Ghana has a mind like a computer. While most kids his age struggle to remember their own address, Jeremiah can name the capital city of almost every country on Earth. By the age of 3, he had already memorized the entire Bible. Yes, from Genesis to Revelation. He can also multiply 2 or 3 digit numbers in seconds, leaving adults completely shocked at his abilities. Here's a quick question. Which of these black kids do you think is the most intelligent in the future's brilliant mind, changing the world forever?
No, that's a serious thing, because that youth whom just mentioned, knowing can name all of the countries them in the world, I actually have the youth and name the country them, but guess what? I think I'm going to find it before the program done tonight, Tyler, yes. Because it's a very important thing to know that this is not no make-up business. This is a real thing from real people in Africa, youth in Africa. And not a joke business, this. Because you never hear them, never tell you this. Because you see, if you ever play them things here in some little infant school or in some school and make them hear where African youth, black people, picnic, accomplish at them kind of age there.
On the state of Black America. The League is one of the oldest research organizations in the black community, documenting the levels of national oppression and economic exploitation. Its first report was released back in 1976, and it was titled Locked Out, A Message to the Next President, documenting the political and economic struggles that blacks faced at the hands of those who were in the White House and on Wall Street. RT correspondent Ashley Banks gives us insight into what's revealed in the 2016 report.
African Americans remain oppressed and locked out in the U.S. Now, that's according to the National Urban League's recent findings in its annual report on the state of Black America. In 1976, the League released Locked Out, Education, Jobs, and Justice, a message to the next president, which provided evidence to suggest African Americans remain oppressed in the U.S. Now, here we are 40 years later, and despite the fact the first African-American president was elected in 2008 and again in 2012, the fundamental problems facing the black population are still unresolved, 151 years after slavery was abolished. The League says overall, African-Americans do not have full equality, but only 72% of what whites possess. According to the report, there hasn't been much progress towards economic equality. The black unemployment rate is still twice the rate for whites. Compared to 40 years ago, the income gap has remained unchanged, resting at 60%, and the home ownership rate gap has grown 6%, now standing at 59%. Now, on the other hand, there has been slow progress in reducing the black poverty rate. According to the most recent estimates, the black poverty rate is now 2.4% lower than in 1976. And the League also stated over 1/4 of the African American population remains poverty stricken. The worst state in the U.S. for African American unemployment is Illinois. More specifically, in the city of Chicago, a lot of African Americans are faced with poverty, inequality, and joblessness, giving way to why crime is so high in the city. The Economic Policy Institute conducted a study during the first quarter of 2016. The unemployment rate among blacks living in Illinois was 14.1%. Now that's up from 13.1% during the fourth quarter of 2015. Which was the nation's worst African-American unemployment rate. The League's report also provides data that takes a critical look at the lack of progress made during 2 terms of the Obama administration. In 2008 and 2012, African-Americans voted overwhelmingly for President Obama, securing his 2 terms in office. The League suggests no matter who is elected to the White House and Congress for 2017, the oppression and exploitation will not go away. In Washington, Ashley Banks, RT.
All of this is racism. But the new racism is to make it look like there is no racism. The new racism is to make it look like there is no racism. That's why Obama was made president. He said he was fighting for a change we can believe in. And that's exactly what you got. Michael Brown, a change you can believe in. Trayvon Martin, a change you can believe in. Worst unemployment rate for black folk in over 30 years, a change you can believe in. Highest dropout rate since the first Bush, a change you can believe in. Because you don't understand white supremacy. You thought voting for Obama meant a change in the American power structure's relationship with the black community. Are you crazy? A change you can believe in. And the saddest thing, what really bothers me about President Obama, he did nothing for black children this whole time he was in office. LGBTQ, gave them landmark registration laws. Gay folk got more progress in 5 years under Obama than black folk got in 500. Illegal immigrants, landmark legislation. Latino, landmark legislation. White women, Equal Pay Act. What did black folks get? Nothing. Just what you deserve. Nothing. Because you don't fall in love with politicians. Big mistake we made. I called it 8 years ago. When Obama get out of office, we're going to be worse off than when he went in because you fall in love with a politician. That's ignorance. I hope we learned our lesson. You don't fall in love with elected officials. You come to agreements with elected officials, with money and voting power. That's what you do. You use them like they use you. But black folks, politically ignorant as we are, turned it into a religious thing. Voting for Obama became a religious movement. Pastors all across America talking about, yeah, God predicted this. God sent Obama. In the mosque, God sent Obama. I'm tired of it, quite honestly, because we keep letting white folk outthink us. We just keep on letting. They're going to do it again. They say you Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. You go floating again. Question is, when do we learn from it and start changing our political behavior? Well, first of all, you can't change your politics until you change your spending habits. Boom. As long as we remain conspicuous consumers, we will get nothing. Votes do not control money. Money controls votes. If you ain't got no money, you ain't going to get nothing done by the people in office. Pow. I don't care if their name is Obama, Bush, Hillary Clinton, or whoever else.
Continent with Mutabaruka. We are listening to all our meds. You know here. Continent. The end. The end.
What does school teach you about money? Nothing. And that's not a mistake. That's not an accident. The way to keep the poor and middle class working hard is never teach them what the rich know. What the rich teach their kids about money, the poor and middle class do not. If you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Dad's lesson number 1, the rich don't work for money. Don't you touch that stuff. If I pay you, you think like an employee. Your brain will change. If you learn never to work for money, you'll be a rich man. The people that are being screwed today are the poor and middle class because they work for money. You know, the bankers, they're not working for money.
They have money working for them.
Yeah. Very big difference in mentality here. What is financial education? It's not get a job, work hard, save money, and invest in a well-diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs. That's not it. The financial industry is two things: debt and taxes. Debt and taxes. And we still tell kids to go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, and get out of debt. Now, who tells them to do that? That's the most ridiculous thing there is.
The book starts and it says, lie number 1, saving money will make you rich.
Yeah, it never will. You know that.
We're all taught that as kids.
Yeah, because they can print it. Why would you save it and why would you work for it if they can print it faster than you can work for it? And number 2 is they keep dropping the interest rates on it. You know, Japan still has zero interest rate policy. And the Japanese are the biggest savers in the world. And I'm Japanese and 4th generation. They're not too bright.
Right.
Why do you keep saving when they're printing it? You know, when I'm in Japan, that's what I mean by fear. They're so afraid because the Japanese, good culture, but they do as they're told.
Right. It's very conformist.
Very conformist. Very conformist. So they just do as they're told, and then they just save money, and their government, this guy, Abenomics, is just printing trillions of it and buying ETFs with it, and they don't know what to do. They're afraid they might make a mistake. They're good little students in school. Go to school, get a job, don't make mistakes. So what happens to the average person in a financial crash, they don't know what to do. And right now, as you know, for the middle class of the world, we're in a crash. The purchasing power of the yen, the euro, the rupiah, all going down. And people are working harder and harder and harder, and the central banks of the world are printing more money.
And so if someone's listening to us that's stuck in that poor middle class trap and they hear it's their fear that ultimately is keeping them from that, that's a hard thing to hear, Robert. But you're going to give them the information about what they can do if they can get out of that fear.
Well, every time I do a lot of speaking to the masses out there. Lehman doesn't invite me in because we're gone, but I go, well, it's so risky. What you're saying is risky. And I said, what I do isn't risky for me, but it's risky for you. And when somebody says, what is risk? You have to look in the mirror. Do you know what I mean? For me to fly in Vietnam, that was high risk. But the higher the risk, the more you have to study. You know that, I know that. So if you're not going to study, you're not going to practice and all that, then you should do what Wall Street tells you to do. Buy 401ks, mutual funds, ETFs and all that. But that's where they're fake assets, because they only make Wall Street or the city of London rich. Just watch where the cash is flowing. Follow the money. The reason the rich don't work for money is number one expense is tax. So there's three kinds of income: earned, portfolio, passive. So earned income is if I get a job, that's earned income. If I'm a doctor or a programmer, that's earned income because I'm working for it. If I buy, let's say, Apple for $10 and I sell it for $20, that's portfolio income, capital gains.
Yeah.
But passive income, which is cash flow, is never taxed. So it's not, and so all these guys are screaming right now in America, tax the rich. I said, good luck. Because most of the guys complaining, they don't know there's three kinds of income. And the rich don't have jobs anyway. They have assets. And so the average schmo out there, poor guy, sent the kid to school. They don't learn this. So that's why in fake, as you were talking about it, there's a newspaper article about Jared Kushner. And he explains how the Trumps and the Kushners don't pay taxes and make millions of dollars. And the reporter couldn't understand him because they're not. Our schools will never teach you that three types of income.
And they judged him and say they're wrong and it's cheating. And we see that over and over again. Amazon not paying taxes. What do you say to people when they come up to you and say, Robert, it's not fair. It's not fair they're not paying taxes?
Well, there's always three sides to a coin, heads, tails, and the edge. So which side of the coin are you on? From my side, it's fair. But this is the difference. Everybody can do the same thing I do because the tax laws are for everybody. We don't say, well, the tax laws are only for the rich. No, the tax laws are for everybody to use if you have the right financial education. And the reason I'm an advocate of financial education, without that education, you have to pay taxes. You see, very few people will buy what I do, make $1 million and pay zero tax. That takes, and my rich dad taught me that playing Monopoly. That's how it started, 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. Or the McDonald's formula. I write about it there. McDonald's, Ray Kroc.
Yeah.
McDonald's is in the real estate business. So they sell hamburgers, but they buy real estate, so they pay no taxes. This guy Bezos, he's $16 billion. How much tax do they pay on that $16 billion? Zero.
And that's all legal. Anyone can do it.
Everybody can do it.
But most people lack the education.
Correct.
So Jared learned about money when he was a kid by watching his father, by watching these people invest in real estate, and said, wow, not only do you get to make the money, you get to keep the money. That's a big problem a lot of people don't understand. They, look how much money I made, but how much did you keep? Because that could be half.
What tax did you pay?
Right, what tax did you pay? And so you always say, this is the law. The law is true for every citizen. You can do it, but most people just don't do it. Sometimes, like you said, they don't have the education, because you need to have a plan if you're going to go do risky things.
Well, it's not risky. I mean, to me, what's risky is having a job and paying taxes and saving money because they're printing it. That's the worst thing of all. And that's why there's fake money, fake teachers. The teachers will never, they don't know it.
Right.
and fake assets, because Wall Street or the City of London or Lehman Brothers or Goldman and all, they're not going to tell you this.
Yeah.
How are there billionaire bankers today? Aren't they supposed to be watching your money, you know?
You said in here also, the greatest asset you have is your mind. What does that mean?
If you really want to be rich, take a class on real estate. Once you understand real estate is based on debt, learn how to use debt as money. So that once you learn how to use debt as money, you can never say, I can't afford it. See, because the banks will give you, so the banks, after the crash of 2008, the banks gave me $300 million tax-free to buy real estate that the idiots had lost. I hate this, and then they were idiots because the prices were so high. Why would you buy it at the top of a market? Don't you know that's going to crash? They, oh, no. This is, that was the subprime, was the derivatives market, the MBSs and all that stuff. Had driven the price of real estate so high, and the rest of us were just waiting. And then when the whole thing came crashing down, all this real estate was now available, and they needed, the Fed and those guys in the Treasury needed guys like us to go in there. So Wall Street gave us hundreds of millions of dollars to mop up all that real estate these guys had lost. Now, it's fair because everybody could do it. So, when I asked the average guy, I said, why don't you use debt? They can't even get a loan because their scores, their FICO scores, they don't even have them here, are so bad. Right. So that's what's going on in the world today. It's fake money, fake teachers, fake assets. The school teachers will never tell you that because they don't know it. My poor dad never knew that. And they think the rich are crooks. The rich just play by different laws. The rules are the same, but you have to do what the government wants you to do. Never say, I can't afford it. Ask yourself, how can I? The reason I have so much money is because I don't say I can't do it. I just go, how can I do it? And I just go and do it. I make a lot of mistakes, but that's how I learn. How can I? It's just a matter of personal willpower, which is spiritual. Just saying, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yes, money. Yeah, time is 12 o'clock.
Morning, Muta.
Morning, sir.
How things?
Yeah, man.
Wow. Never a dull moment today, I say, Muta. Yeah, man, a couple of brothers call me and say, raise a very important point. Whenever come here as a slave, or come here as human being, and just slave them slavery.
And slavery,
up until now, them now want compensate you, so them guys here stay. Up until this very minute, them now want to do nothing, just like a ganja. But Muta, let me take one look at U-turn. We notice, you know, hear nothing more about the shipment of gun. I don't hear, I don't know if you hear. You know, you hear no more argument more about it. And the always strong the same track down endlessly the person who bring it in.
Well, maybe that's why you don't hear nothing more about it.
Him to go up at the US embassy, man, that's simple. Him not to chat down nothing, just and take him big Fire or Range Rover and drive go up there. Just like how them look out for Asian and go. But we're going to take about turn, Muta. Two things. You love to our virgin there from England. What name?
Mandingo.
Mandingo, yeah, man, our educator and Raspa. Alright, two quick things on Muta. Alright, I know he's a man travel a lot. Muta ever, when last have been to airport, got to airport and come back from airport and look on the strip, the Palisades strip. When them do the exercise trail.
Oh, yeah.
You notice the wire or the place where, for the China, I don't know, design also that tear down.
Pop down, yeah.
I mean, our gateway to a country or to a city, in and out, you know. I'm now come go airport, regular motor.
But no, the Chinese them build it.
Yeah, the Chinese them build it. And I'm saying motor, that our gateway.
Yeah.
And these politicians travel so often, and none of them not see it. They say like a pride. Really no motor.
I just
so
say
one
no
thing, all the garden where we pay,
As you say, no, you have to fix, watch. As you say, it go fix.
But Mr. Muta, I tell them guy a real joke, and you want go over and look for the water there and see the amount of bottles, Muta, plastic bottle. Your blood run cold.
I know the government problem that. Are the people them do that? Are the people them the nasty people?
Muta,
them?
but the nasty people them, but that's a rubber government and them tax for mitigate that problem. The tax for gas tax, the tax for land tax.
All right, tell me what them for do. Tell me what them for do.
No, well, obviously, the Maca tax them get the people them pay them for clean it out, just like how you have a cash program.
You can't say the government to pay people for clean it out. The government about that thing. What them for do is charge who are park up there and I do that. Because them know when them come there, when the people them come there. You know, you can't have a man stand up out there all the while I watch all nigga I dutch out the place. Like you throw your garbage down at the garbage bin. Them not have people that watch you to see if you throw garbage at the garbage bin. You know, so the garbage bin to get through, you know. I put nothing on the people. Yeah, but
the minibus, I drive down the minibus and taxi and it's a book. The thing where you talk about Muta, witness and say over and over, you know, the styrofoam box just show through the window.
So you going to put that on a government? No, you going to put that on a government?
Well, that's a true still. A true.
And the people them that, you know, see, when police see that, and them show it outside, them should have drive down the coaster bus or the taxi and stop it and take out the person who do it and go make him go pick it up.
The Muta, that generation was supposed to be more educated than we have better technology than different apart from them laziness. 3 times I witnessed it week before and last Muta, I forgot to mention it last week. Through the bus window and through the I mean, I said, really? Muta, if I pull a sweetie and put down my mama put the plastic in my pocket, Muta.
Yeah, man, that's what for go, man.
No, bro. Alright, final Muta.
Really, you never pass out some garbage bin yet and say more garbge round the garbage bin than in the garbage bin.
Muta, I take a picture.
Yeah, because man, I take like my basketball player, you know. When the car pass him to the garbage, man, he might feel like he might throw it up.
In a loop,
yeah, they miss and they take it up. They're dangerous, man.
And people are different,
man. Dangerous,
remember the days when me I got sentenced with a man with the Muta. Them some man was the cleanest parish in Jamaica. We got man when Cesar Charter and my stomach sick and you just want to know how them politicians get a bag of money and them supposed to have job description. It's like it was Muta, no sure say you're alright.
Well, them settings better you know, you're prime minister say things better.
Me and pan TV, you know, I read about the camera.
They everywhere now, you know. Everywhere.
You can have camera now. You a US man them walk with camera. US person walk with camera and them care. How fast on it now? I mean, I understand the argument about now. Everybody just, I don't know why I'm when I have a second term. You do 2 term already, make somebody else go in there. Well,
time Fisa, if the one will have the answer to Jamaica problem, I'm going to solve.
No, that's no Muta. If somebody is going there, I'm going to say, well, the rest of COVID money go and the money from the Jamaica National Service School, I can't go. But I know if PNP win, they might protect GLP. And GLP when they protect PNP, so no better bar, no better hearing. Him no come up because they might find out now where the money read or the money a juggler pass to crosses them Muta. Muta. Anyway, you have a particular station, Muta.
We have to take a break.
Yes, for teacher, yes.
Yeah,
you have a particular station. May I listen to it? When I listen to it, may I have a ex-police burden where him listen to it, so may I have to do a little protection team. Can go to a place, I'm tuning to it, so may I listen to him for the past 3 months now, Muta, with, I think that person was some farmer minister of industrial name, something like Mullins. Clive Mullins.
Yeah.
Him run him host the radio station. Now you have the Ministry of Health come on like probably twice a week. And give advice.
Yeah.
And Muta, may I take note of at a particular subject there. Every time the poor people call the Minister of Health, Christoph, and tell him, say the hospital them from different parishes, not even one parish no muta, so you can't say I was one parish. So to the 14, 13 parish are going good at the hospital. All of the 14 parishes, the people call them muta. The MRI machine now work, all the machine, the ultrasound and scan machine now work, and the people them do not have the $100,000 to pay the private hospital or the private health care to do the test. I'm going to tell you one day, I say, so this thing is a scam, and never know about this yet, and he will have his team check. I say, but you are the head, and you're supposed to have an audit to know the important machinery people need to put in place with the tax money, and he never knows that this now work, and he go and make him team check, and he will get on top of it and leave a number. I say, them people are really want to win election, muta. Really? 100,000. Where poor people get 100,000 for the scan, MRI and ultrasound muta. So, look for the sham now, muta. The government hospital recommends go to muta, help you to do the scan, and you got to pay 100,000. You know, say, a percentage of that for you. When I ask you a muta, a percentage out of the 100,000 for to the recommendation. And I can't report poor people them way them, man. Really now, Minister of Health and Prime Minister, really now. 3 months me I listen to it more than I take note. Everybody call having problem with the machine them at the public hospital motor, and not one working them have to refer them to. So what is the difference between the private hospital and the government hospital? They don't get money for funding. Or is it that it's so unfortunate that none of these machines at the government hospital not working, and you have to send them to private hospital to find 150,000 and the money to pay? And the people can ever buy food. Really know, Mr. Prime Minister?
I get to understand your machine will deal with your eye, you know, do certain things to your eye, don't have public. That outer arrangement, that now work now too.
I remember somebody that come down to do some surgery motor, and them could do surgery because the air condition in the room now. Some motor, a hospital where citizens work and build this country. Them now run, go far and go build far, you know. These people are patriotic people here, and not even the health care. You can run hard to find out what these people need and put in place. And we can't give an account. I'll know $1 to $3 trillion. I'll know the Prime Minister can't talk about it. Now the Ministry of Finance, and we don't have machine to save.
What kind of machine you talk about? What the machine name?
I think I think the machine, the scan, the brain scan one.
Okay, because they have a machine down there. They have a machine down there where you used to deal, where them call it laser in your eye. It kind of
that do the surgery.
Help you to see better with how you do it. And it now work.
Well, you have the one where do the brain scan, and then you have the one where
that
do
now
the
work either.
Now, Mr. Muta, I listen to it for the past 3 months and one, not one hospital. Them wait for the people and do a test. And they do it Muta. Not even one.
You have to get private doctor now and pay a whole heap of money.
When the people do have it Muta, the food them alone, I kill people. Say, up on the TV, the Muta is a youth named Brian, and some police, I give some people food, some care package, who are poor Muta. When you see the senior people, in the bed, Muta, your stomach sick. The people them look like shred. I say them where the MP there can do these work and know the people them constituency will know the need of these senior people. Not one. Muta, you have one. We know only so for much years. I never seen yet, but big poster up and man. Why is it that these guys represent the year and you don't see them Muta and the Prime Minister and the opposition leader just mouth silent? They can't order them MP for find the need of the people, go and mix something with the people. All these guys so wicked and selfish, man. And just money of them almighty Muta. When them are deadly, call them name politician Muta. Long life here. Big up yourself, farm.
Blessed man. Give time.
Blessed.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man. Big up my virgin a while ago, you know. Yeah, man, a long time, you know. Yeah, man.
You know him?
All right, you know what, sir? We don't really know him, Muta.
Okay, all right.
But it's a man where, me and him share, you know?
Okay.
The most from him, Jerry back in Jerry days.
Oh, ideas and thing.
Yeah, but Muta, if I ask you, Jerry, all right?
Yeah, man. I mean, of course.
Yeah, cause
you know him on radio?
Yeah.
No, well, I know the radio make him do all right.
No, that's that one. You know, but you know, say the radio man, so. But
yeah, man, him all right, man. Him all right.
Because through me now out of the country and things.
Yeah, him all right,
sometimes. Yeah, Muta, I see where Trump out for start off the next war now with Iran.
Yeah.
Trump, them dangerous to Iran.
You know what I'm saying? If the Iranian them assassinate him, I give orders to blow up the whole country.
Yeah.
You never hear that? You didn't hear that?
No, we don't have to hear that. We can't see that. We must do that.
Them say any of the Iranian them assassinate him, he might give the order for them to just blow up the whole country, kill everybody.
The nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Dangerous, bro. I tell you, all them man that, virgin. You know, I'm going to take time and look on that, you know, come like people like wicked leader, you know. I don't know. You know? Because come like most of the leader them wicked, you know. And people just like them, you know.
Well, that's him with bad man. Most girls love bad man, you know.
You see.
Love rude boy. Those are the girls them love rude boy.
Yeah, come in general, when they look on, so with Trump now, the Islamic Republic, you see? Iran.
Yeah.
So them just run them thing different, you know. But when you look on even Saudi Arabia, how them deal with Oman, and it's not a problem to America, because America get money from them.
Iranian deal with them same way, you know. Remember them?
Yeah. But I'm going to show you, say, come like at the same pattern.
Yeah, the Muslims same way, Islamic.
But I don't know why them take such a set on Iran.
Oh, because them know why Iran build nuclear bomb. Iran enrich them uranium, you know, and them don't want that happen right there, so. You know, see, them see Israel supposed to have them capabilities there. Them know why Iran and no country around this, so have no nuclear weapon. Yeah. Except
Israel is the next state around the same. It's a United States that's around the same.
Yeah. It's a little small America.
Yeah, it's a little small America around this. So it's like, you know, but you see, me the man, me I feel kind of, so when the war is going, I don't really love the war, because war mash up the world. You know?
Well, nobody couldn't love war, man. Nobody couldn't love war.
Because when enough people know, say, yeah, see, when them start war, seeing how when the war start, seeing it will affect other country, it will affect oil price, it will affect a whole party.
The movement of goods and services.
Movement of goods and service and all them things there. You know? But, John know Trump, may I tell you, you know? The only thing I say Trump do, you know, is anything when him say I'm going to do, him do, you know? I mean, you say if you're voting,
do it halfway, because everything when him say I'm going to do, him do it halfway.
Him do it halfway, yeah. But him do it. Him still do it, but him do it halfway. You know? Seeing car.
I'm going to build wall and make the Mexican them pay for it.
Well, Mexican never pay for it.
No, a whole heap of things him say. The tariff thing, every time him put up the tariff, he bring it down back. Him put it up on the piece, and the Chinese, them go bow to him. And the Chinese go bow to him, him just come with an agreement with them, you know. This is after them say, stand up stiff, them now move.
Yeah, but the Chinese, them not have bow to him.
No.
I remember in a muta, when you produce little everything, you know. Because the China, them produce them food now. One time when we were youth, we used to hear how much people are starving at China and things. And India. It's a different thing, you know.
Everything is made in China. Everything.
Made in China. China factory.
Yeah,
man. I'm sure you know motor, you know, back down in the yard, you know, I say. You know. One of the youth them seeing everybody. Seeing everyone. Seeing
just know say them not for make no politician trick them for just if them a vote for them a vote for. Don't make no politician run in the head. See, because when it comes to the slope, see, if a politician make you and a man who live in your area or your family or whatever, see, you reach a level where you're on them in affliction. When the politician winning, him no business. See, so we not just know say if we don't have a vote, we don't go vote for who we don't want to vote for. See, and don't make no politician telling us for protest or telling us for this, telling us for that. See, because when you know creating an enemy, you know, see, it's a long enemy that you know where a man kill him grandfather, that man they kill him father, that man they kill him father. See, now the same politician war break out to them Pax war, you know, we see a go on, you know. But the politician then bring the gun and the man them, you understand? See, because not for the youth them don't know them things there, you know. See, as for the gun them, may I say, when I time hear the security minister did say, 200 gonna come in every month.
Per month. But about 4 years ago, him said that, you know, 5 years ago.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago. So that means that they're supposed to have an idea.
And them are the first time I go bring in first time I catch 200 hard gun there.
They never catch
after so much years.
But they not catch.
Oh gosh,
so
man.
Years.
Oh gosh,
man. See? So, you know, that means them know say that I go on long time.
Yeah.
See? So we want you them to know say a 15 years for a gun, you know. See? 15. Just for a gun, you know. You know, murder nobody with it, you know. See,
yeah,
just a gun.
But not only that, if them see with a gun, them not, you know, 15 years, I'm going to shoot to kill you.
Well, we wouldn't even go there, see, because we see that happen already, front out. Don't? See, so you know, for just looking on yourself, see, you know, and see if them people are really like, you know, or with them, or them, if them are do nothing, see, so you know, benefit, you know. See, so you must know, say, seeing this gun business and this thing on go on and try to make people afraid of all them things. See, it not really worth it. See, because afraid people want when man go on and man go on and go. Afraid they want people. That's the Trinidad. Trinidad said them all give every household a gun, you know.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Trinidad said every household them for us name who are the fit one. See? To get the license gun in the household, because if a man knows say you have a gun, see, him not come in your house so easy, you know. See, in kind of know which angle, see, you have to take him from where you are seeing from, versus if you have all the camera and everything. See, so, you know, Trinidad knows say that man go do.
Okay.
See, and I kind of see still a waste. See, it work out a waste still, because, you know, if you have to walk up and down with your gun, see, your gun die a yard, see, and if every household have a yard, if every household have a gun, see, every household equal, see, it's just like a man have a machete, over there and you draw a machete, the man you know come close, kind of want to get chopped, the man you know want to, you understand, or for chop to chop, see, so, you know, something like that, then to create them as well.
And see, everybody are gone.
And yeah, them not get everybody. Give every household a gun. Every household, like you respond to your house.
And that mean every household means everybody who have a house, they give him a gun.
You give him a gun.
I will if a gun that still
yeah, man, then,
certain area.
Yeah, well, man, then if someone have a 3-4 car park on the road and
yeah, but car are different from gun though.
No, they say why a man can't buy them guns. If someone have yeah, you understand? I remember say a Glock just swallow about 300,000 or so. Let's the type of Glock. You understand? See, make the thing equal up. See?
Yeah, okay.
Because you know, the politicians, them always have whole of people around them, you know. Them carry all 5 stations sometimes, you know, when them are moving up. And no policemen in 1 year, right now. You see it, so, you know. You have to look on a level there too.
Okay.
See? Yeah, man, the next thing we want you play I don't know if you remember you used to play them still.
Wow.
You remember when the Prime Minister signing the three main law. Yeah, the three main law when him say go instill, when him do legislate. Fixed election date.
I mean, you used to play it?
Yeah, man, you'd play it one at a time, man.
Okay.
Fixed election date.
Yeah.
Impeachment. See, and two term to every Prime Minister. Yeah. See,
like America.
Like America. See, it said that, you know.
Yeah.
See, because that's why I need a move.
Well, you go for third term, you know.
Yeah, so that means say, and watch me now, can you imagine, Muta? You get the post to run IRA, see? So when I keep a party or when I keep a send also, and you invite your family, then your the daughter and everybody, and you give a speech, and you say, all right, I gotta make IRA be the best, and what you going to do, and the three main things we are going to do for IRA. See, you have to make sure IRA have a fixed election date. You have to make sure IRA have 2 terms where you, Mutabaruka, no want more than 2 terms.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure IRA have impeachment to work as an IRA with an IRA. Seeing IRA deal with corruption, seeing they run them out. Seeing, and you say in your first 100 days, you know, and you do more than 1,000 days.
Yeah.
Seeing, not
so
one
like
term.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, not 1 term, 2 term. And you don't, not even talk about them.
No, that have no use again, man. I'm going to go for 3rd term.
Yeah.
So, that.
You know, so when you...
He want to beat out Patterson, you know. He must have Patterson the longest Prime Minister ever stay in a power, you know.
Yeah, but if you notice, you know, even in a Patterson, you know, one at a time, you know, Patterson thing, they get boring, you know, in the last day, you know. Because you see when them in a power salon motor, them include them friends and them cronies, them, you know. So certain work if you done all of the government can't done because a man don't know say them connected already. See?
Nepotism, them call it.
Yeah, nepotism, yeah. See? Yeah. So if you that is a part of like a dictator, you know. See? Because when in our country when a dictator talk, you know, nobody can say nothing, you know. Yeah. See? So that's why me no believe in that them are doing a 3rd term. See? I want to say if I'm me alone a 1 term them do too.
Okay.
You don't know any one of them seeing PMP or GLP. If I'm me alone a 1 term, them do. See? But if say them do, them might do something and them might do something good. They give them a 2nd term.
Well, what decide if them might do something good? Because one man I go say might do it good and one man I say might do it bad. Like now.
We the people see that I will decide that, you know.
You know that may I say, so the people them out there, some people I say him forget the next term. And some people I say him not forget the next term. So you vote that in. I vote for the president.
Alright, watch me now. Muta. I go to some hospital. I go to the hospital go look for some sick and all them thing no more time, you know. I tell you say, I feel it, you know. How the hospital them stay, you know.
Yeah.
See? And me know say you a man a drive. See? I'm a drive, you think a little tire my bus. Joe that hey, you see some patrol uptown. I never see them thing there go on uptown.
Yeah, look down in the if you see a trailer truck down there.
Yeah. See? And I'm an also boy, you know. Yeah, this election year now, I'm on jump.
Fix everything.
If you come on my place, see, I'm in cook, I'm in a gear none. See, and one day you come, you see me cook, and I give you a big bowl and plus juice, carrot juice and all them things. You do not appreciate the situation, and I want if I pipe more.
One if we are going. That I go on now, man.
Yeah, so no chicken. That's why I tell the people. Them say don't make them chicken. Do what you do.
Yeah, we have to move now, though. We have to move.
Yeah, man. Anyway, bless you.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so This is the cut. Well, we for the car look like it gone. This is the cutting edge, and I FM coming through. We have 1 hour and 15 minutes left on the program. Yes. Me like the people, yeah. Me like the response, so the people might respond to the program.
Mutabaruka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there.
Long time I hear you, man.
I'm enough time I there and listen, man.
You just listen?
Yeah.
Yeah, true, but sometimes I listen and talk.
Yeah, real.
Me I say, you say, you call?
Alright. You see, the man are the ones them, are the two of them who pay people, who kill people with a so-class high society or low society. They tell them to stop, you know. Can't wait for them time coming to work on them. I think they don't look for the next time, they don't give to the next person, because I say things about them, you know. Because so the surrounding and speak like that, and I saw them behave like that. So they need to organize this thing now and know so what you know. No care what go on the work, you can't solve the problem, you know. Because you can't kill out all the people them all the while. But we know so love can't stop everything. Within our sight and within our strength and what we see in our earth going right now. So all the man them where say them a ruler and them steal and grab and kill, they say them have power. A weakness that. When you're strong, you can't kill people, you can't disadvantage people, you can't abuse people. Because the power where you look for within domination of people, that's not power, that's a weakness. Because we know say what in the darkness have to come out in our life, sometimes, somehow. So, it's only the truth and the right about take over in this time and every time. No matter how long it stays, man. All the people that will do them things and say them a hide, them come on radio and TV and chat off them mouth, and when them know say a film system across all these things on earth amongst people and cause people to divide and rule themselves. Them need to stop it now. Them need to realize and know say what's up. You can't go too far because I'll come in your house too. No matter what you do, because you do it. And every time you do something, your reaction is there, 1 and 2, and whoever do it. So we need to just know them and see them and to say what's up. Not for them go full now till it come to them mouth and them still a fight. But stay in the system like that. And don't want to give the people them a chance to produce themselves and for a better world and a better start people. So we think more or less, you know, say, watch out. You know, man, just come clean now, man. Just power up clean. And don't be afraid and don't be ashamed with pride and shame. Because right now, that's a deal with the nature right now, shame and pride, you know. Everyone talk about who I was about me and where this I was about me because when we see people, we have to just get in our oneness, no one knows what's up. It's time to stop all the foolishness. Because we are living on earth right now, you know. I want to come low distance with them from one another, you know. And that's not supposed to go on. Because right now, look, I see some sketch in an Asian Abyssinia Kush. A beer war, you know. And all of them war the way I see across to the European and the British colonial system across them war if they are going in our land, you know. So we are taking it out tell on them, you know. Because it will spill over. And when it take effect, the war must have to be done. No matter how much ammunition them want to make, or them want to do this, still ammunition will make it to use for them, you know. And them can't escape the judgment because them have it and them are use it. So when them see come enough of them house, you know,
If you don't catch them, it'll catch them children, said like what them do it. Because we need to just know and get to ourselves within time and just know so watch out. The war don't make sense, man. Because I can't chill out all the people all the while. Sometimes we have to know to see the people them and sit to watch out. Happiness we are seek, man. If you not seek happiness, you have to get back. Boy, we don't want to see we know. And we don't business, we don't want to be how much house we don't have, how much car, how much this we don't have, how much material we don't have. That's a more tormentation. We don't have people that starve and can't get them in food. We know to watch out. Material things, they have to all away. A machine make that.
Yeah.
So we need to realize that.
Your message is heard. Your message is heard. We have a move with somebody else attack.
Yeah, man. Right? So, yeah, man. It's all in the way people live, man.
Yeah.
Make things happen to them.
All right, sir.
If it's good.
It is. I tell you, dub music is a genre of Jamaican music, you know. Them don't accept it that way, but it's a genre of Jamaican music where the engineer become the artist. Where the engineer is where create the sound will come out on the record or on the CD. And dub is a thing where a whole heap of people, whole heap of engineer go in a studio and make dub album. But you never hear them now. Dub in a middle day upon a radio station. Yes, because the youth them don't know it. How them define dub is when a man create a tune to big up your sound system or big up your program. And that them call dub. You know, we know dub has no lyrics and the engineer play with the board, the mixing board, and come out with a different sound and different sign and a different genre of music. Yeah, man. We love it. Why you love Lee Scratch Perry, King Jammies, Black Scorpio. You know, I mean, we'll heap of ones who get involved in a dub. You have some white guys in England there. Why you love, I forget him, you know. We want to hear Mad Professor. Long time, hey, Mad Professor, what you dealing with, Rasta? What you dealing with? May I go do a big show. Ratatam and them, you know, hear from you again. How kind of thing that? Why you love Mad Professor? Yes. You want to hear up. When call him Sherwood, the man there create dub. When I say create dub, I mean them create it that at them first do it. Means say them have the facility and the studio for go make dub rhythms. Yes. Anyway, we're there with you.
Yeah, Muta.
Yeah, best friend.
Yeah, man, night, man. First time caller.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, boy, I'm here this story video. I rotate on social media, and so boy, I have a call about it.
Okay, video.
Little youth. Well, the youth, the mother, the man bleaching cream pan him cars in came too black.
Him do what? What you do?
The mother rub on bleaching cream pan him.
Same too black?
Say same too, so our son too dark.
That a Jamaica?
Yeah, man. They're on social media.
Okay. Is a white man she sleep with? No, not because maybe she wonder how the man, or a man so white and him get so black.
And I tell you some more, see it, Mr. Boy. You know, I've been listening to the program for many years, but I have a call about it. And which parish that? Yeah, I'm not sure, but it was on TVJ.
Okay, the news.
Yeah, man, if you search social media, you will see.
So how old the people was?
I think 8-year-old.
Rated.
And, you know...
9-year-old.
9-year-old.
Yes,
okay.
yes. Yeah, man. Thanks for the correction. Yes. And we just as the boy, we really we feel the children about that because the black narrative we're supposed to push that Marcus Garvey philosophy.
Who feel the children? I don't feel the children.
No, man. We in general, like the parents. I don't think we are trying to empower the children enough about themselves, black history and all that. It's just a little February coming in and talk about Marcus Garvey, a little bit of a few other leaders, and then that's it.
But the parents, I don't even know nothing about Marcus Garvey either.
That's the thing. And I think it's time now for them come in with something that the schools get it's mandatory them start teach about African studies.
Long time we have said that.
Yeah, that's what I say. It is just so sad to see all this bleaching and confusion and going on.
So I don't want to cut you, but them talk to the mother about it.
Yeah, man.
She said,
the mother declined.
Then why? All them know that she say.
Yeah, man. The little boy gave an interview,
That means she said that.
Well, them discover they could go to school and discover so then realize them have bleach.
Yeah, and then no. The little boy say mother tell him them too black.
Yeah, man. The little boy gave an interview, man. And
the little boy get an interview on the radio.
No, TVJ visit the little boy.
Yeah. And tell TVJ say his mother say him too black.
Yeah, man. And she done him discover say him a bleaching, the mother bleaching skin, rubber bleaching skin pan his.
Yeah.
And boy, we don't know.
Yeah.
When black people go wake up and sleep and slumber, muta.
There's some people now go wake up, them are going to have nightmare forever.
And we tell people otherwise, my favorite movement in Jamaica, Rastafari, because it's the only group when we see a traffic, she help black people recognize themselves.
Yeah.
The food aspect of it, the Afrocentric aspect of it, just make more sense to me than even Christianity.
Total holistic vibes. But let me ask you something, because I never hear about I guess me see it on YouTube still. Me go look on YouTube because that like a 8-year-old mother bleach. So what the father say? The father not in the picture.
You know, hear not
nobody hear nothing about the father.
No. I don't know if it is an extensive interview, it go longer, but it's what a little sharp piece of shit. I'm the boy I'm going to call about it because I want to hear about it.
No, I never hear about it. I kind of lose touch with. But I get so caught up in the way I go in America, that the local news come away to me,
It's a thing I go on Los Angeles, them, I don't know.
Yeah, I know I go Los Angeles. And the whole of America now, by weekend, the whole of America go flood with people.
Yeah,
him say I celebrate his birthday, And them going to have March pass, like what them doing, like North Korea and all them places, China, and, like my autocrat said,
autocratic type of leadership.
Anyway, that thing about the 8-year-old distressing still.
Yeah, man, it's very, very distressing, man. That is how far the thing going, and so on. But more time really.
So why would I like to talk to that woman there? Trust me. Would I like to talk to her, Rasta?
You have your Thursday program.
No, come here, try to figure out now. All right. The youth too black and she bleach him skin. So that can make one now.
Yeah, well.
They go brighter in a school.
The distressing part about it, Muta, is that the little youth himself or him are complaining, Because himself from the first time when she put it on him, I tell her, say, boy, I'm not really like it and him not want it. And it's like he might even describe the smell of the thing and it's like it dead with him and it bother him. And she keep rubbing it upon him and him keep saying him not want it.
And she bully him for making stay.
Yes, so him go school and the teacher them notice it and she, them ask for the mother for come in and thing, but couple times and up to now she not really respond.
Yeah, she declined.
So somehow it reached the TVJ and them have the little youth.
Terrible thing, man. Terrible.
Yeah, man.
She not go want to talk to me then.
The youth and that trauma.
Of course.
Very traumatic.
Really want it for happen.
She not want to talk to me. She'll be the worst person to talk to you.
Well, Muta, I have to say, I'm going to give somebody a call now. But
yeah, man.
Religiously Wednesday and keep up the good work, man. Give thanks.
All right, sir. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. All right.
Yes, yeah.
Good night, Mr. Clark. Good night, Muta.
Good night, sir.
Yes, sir. You know, sir, I tell you already, I have a little issue with you, Dr. Muta.
Oh, doctor, you call me now. You put me
everybody at one doctor, you know. Why
you put me on Holness, you know.
You're higher than them, man.
Oh, but can get couple bank account can scatter all over the country.
Well, I want to talk about something like that. I want to talk about because as you go mention the bank account, you know, me hear him really make a speech where they say you want a leader who care about the people. So me I say if a man care about people, because I know people right now can't find food to eat, and if how you care about people and you have 28 bank book.
Oh, you have 28 bank book?
Oh, you mean?
I don't know, me ask you.
You know, so you know, listen to local news again.
No, Bobby, listen, I joke about it, Bobby, you're about it.
Yes.
You're about it, man.
Yes, man, so how you cannot care about people?
Enough company, man.
Enough company, too?
Yeah, man, enough company.
So how you care about people? Me hear on the news, I say these things, you know, but my daddy used to tell me, you know, Dr. Muta say, me must use my ears and try word like how people use their mouth case meat, you know, so. It's when people talk, me know, make a word pass me, you know, me is a careful listener, because me I listen, this man, yeah, the man have 3 different voices, and I don't know which one of them voices ever work with, you know.
3 different voices?
Listen to him, man.
Tell me when them use one, when them use which one. Tell me.
All right. You have one when you want to drench you. You have one voice there when you want to drench you, no. Yeah, man.
Where's
man,
the drench
you have a voice there when you want to drench people, man.
Where's the drench?
Hold
on. Take time with me, no, man. When you say drench, me say, man, try drown you.
Well, you can flood out and drown you too.
Okay.
Yeah, man, because according to people, I don't know saying about it. So one teaspoon to the water can drown them. You know.
So when them try drench you, where am I say? You know the drenching one. Where am I say when them try drown you? Tell me.
Ah, boy. Just if you can digest where am I tell you. You have to put in another context there. For your digest, where am I suggest?
For you do what?
For your digest. You know when you
digest.
Something. Yeah, digest. When you consume something and it digest well with you.
You sure digest you want to say?
That type of vibes there.
Hold on. Let me go take a...
Yes, man. There, man.
Yeah, you say the one now drown where the other one look like that voice is. A tree you say, no? Tree you say?
Yeah, 3 of them, you know, but that one there, man, that one there where you have to drench people, the other 2, you know, just kind of normal still, you know, but you have one there where you want to ram down something down your stomach, man.
Okay.
Listen to man voice when he attack. Listen to a 3-tone voice he man attack.
But you say that already, but me I ask you the 3-tone and you tell me 1.
Yeah, but the other 2 kind of hard to describe. Still,
okay,
you know,
all right, sir.
Yes, believe you or me. And then again, I want to say this Muta. You see the 14 day and me in our newscast, I hear the man make a comment where I think I should have asked him to make a public apology to Jamaican people because the man did address one water problem, you know. And when me hear the man say, if Jamaican people did honest, as so the man say, you know, I don't know how we pass the people them. The man say, if Jamaican people did honest, you know, if you doubt it, Muta ask somebody.
No, I doubt you, that's the way I say, man.
Yeah, man, but I want the people them. You don't know if I feel me want ears I hear these things, but no, I want the people them. If I want ears to them, could I find back that newscast, the 14 day of May. 5:45 news me I listen to and the man I say if Jamaican people is honest, I think that statement is too much. A man who have 28 bank book account but Jamaican people, if Jamaican people is honest, Only listen to a man careful when the matter happen.
So Jamaican people honest?
Go down well with me most
Jamaican people honest?
No, but him can't make such a broad statement. He would have to put but he would have to put
some Jamaican.
Listen to me carefully, man. If your man has 28 bank book and it look certain way upon him and it has phone certain way
upon him. No, but I ask you, me hear that man, but I ask you. So him should have said, some Jamaican honest. So him should have said, some Jamaican not honest. So that him should have said, right?
Yeah, man, he can't make such a broad statement, man.
Okay.
If your man will find for himself in the position where he will find for himself right now.
Yeah, well.
Trust me. Yeah, man, not a muta, it's stagger me, man, the quarrel, right? But I don't know if people now listen to these people when them
attack. They might hear, man, just then a few years, nobody's not much here, man.
Yeah, man, but me not hear nobody, so me just want to make it clear.
Yeah.
If you don't know, say, boy, I don't know. But you must check the murder. He'll talk a little bit too much, man, believe me.
Alright, so what you about that brother, you know, Golden, what you about him?
You listen to him, you know, man, but boy, I
don't listen to him?
I listen to the whole of them, you know. But okay. I see it as just politics. The only thing we can say about them right now, Muta, say, is a terrible picture them are paint and give people them out here when them in a garden house and go out. Because I hear people saying, you know, these people are drink whiskey when they meet up and the whole of them are friends, you know, but
the whole of them are friends. The whole of them are friends, of course.
I just fear to believe, Muta. So I what kind of picture them are paint and give people them out here? Eh? And the people them are digest the people them accept the picture of people them are paint and give them. And
you're not telling me about Golden, man. Yo, you're not telling me about Golden. Tell me about Golden, man.
You know, him not talk much, you know. Believe me, says
him not talk much, I not hear.
Yes, but Golden no. You know, say a whole heap of things. Golden, I say, really, because even this the company they go put up in the what them call it, investigating money matter. The Chang man. You know, say Mr. Golden right pan where much help you want, you know.
Where Golden say?
The man not fit the position because he said man where, according to Golden, they said man where them put there to carry out, to execute that the charge there. Him come out and say him not see nothing wrong with where
then him not then PLP not the leg Chang to man.
Eh?
You know, I have PLP is the leg Chang one at the time too, you know.
For different matter. Okay. Different reason. But position where them claim say him not, they know him not fit the position and
you say fit it. You say fit it.
Say him not see nothing wrong with what them say him and do.
Okay.
So you know expect nothing. To offend the man according to.
So why you say him not fit the situation? Why you say him not fit it?
I know, me say Golden says so.
So, yeah, but where you ask about him?
Yeah, ask me, so me say about Golden and me.
No, but you don't tell me about Golden already.
Me say him, and I hear some other public body come back him too.
Back Golden?
Yes, some other public body
so
come
out. Where you ask about it? So where you ask about it?
Well, no, that's say is a game, is a mind game. Them are PFP source.
No, it sound like you're back Golden. It sound like you're back Golden, man.
Yes, man. Me back.
Then that's if you man has stop go around bush, man.
No, me not agree on the kind of clearly. Me tell you say one thing when say no, me agree with.
Look what thing I have to say to your face, say you're Golden.
Yeah, man.
Where you think me that lead to? And the answer them in a lead to all the while.
Listen to me, Muta. Me not really a back him, but me not back him.
You're back him, man.
No, me not back.
No wrong if you say you're back him.
I don't in the back, Muta. Me can't call with him. I can't call with Mr. Golden. I don't in a
no like a politician, boy. It's like a politician.
You know, say me not vote, Muta.
That's say you're a politician. I hope a politician no vote.
A justice me deal with, me not vote. I never vote yet, but a justice me stand for.
And you say, if you have a choice, a Golden, you have to select.
No. They have to win different because really and truly, you know, I can't vote for them. I see them dealing with that. I can't vote for them. No,
all right,
I can't vote for them. It's a politician, really.
Look, you a long time.
Yeah, no, hold on, man. We not done yet. Give me, no, man. Give me 1 or 2 minutes, man. Then we know you have man for the program.
No, tell me what me do.
A long time, I hold you up.
No, look here, yo. Nobody tell me what me do for a long. Yo.
This is where me at. We're going to want to come on to Monday morning, you know, and you know, so I'm bridging to me and ask me, say, what happened a long time, you know, your muta fall out. And I say, your muta fall out. But we don't know, you know. Me call the program more time, man. Me whole tell all the program done. I'm no muta fi answer me, you know.
Yeah, but I don't mean to that.
Yeah. Trust me.
Because that's why you're all up on the thing, you know, somebody wait.
Man. So that's why I really have to. That don't wait. He must sleep now, but me hear him up now.
Hear him up now?
Yeah, man. Hear up Patrick, man. The man with them call Friday and only for people see me in the morning, you know, and I say, me hear you talk to the teacher last night, you know, believe me. So, you know, so one night, me I yell up some people and you ask me if people are listening, you know, a whole heap of people are listening, you straight tell the program done.
All right, sir.
Because me I cook me pea soup and me can. Yes, me just done it. Me pea soup and me can. You hear this, sir?
No.
Yeah, man.
You make me choke. Hold on.
What? You
sell soup the other night, yeah.
Me boil me one green pea soup.
Which part you sell it? Which part you sell soup?
Me do me one thing, man.
Where you sell it?
Me not sell it. Me boil it to myself, man. Me not sell it.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, you buy pea soup and can?
I not 2 o'clock yet.
No, me say, all right, no, but I have 10 to 2, 20, 15 minutes to 2.
Yes, but now you may have wait for to talk to you, man.
So wait, you know, you're going to eat it now? Or you have to
right,
eat it
no, me sit down up the door wait for you, but me dey on the phone so long, so I lay down and I talk to you.
Are you going to choose some more water and I kind of boil out?
Me say me eat done, I lay down and talk to you. I sit down up long time I wait for you.
Okay.
I want to me I tell you, say you have some sweet telephone operator there no more. Where you get them from?
Me not get them from nowhere.
Me tell you the sweetest people them, man. Them nice brother. I want to hear them up here.
Then shall hear you, man.
Yeah, man, hear them up to me, man. Them sweet, man.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man, give thanks here.
Yeah, give thanks.
Give thanks for your moment, Muta.
All right, yeah.
Blessed,
man.
Good day and the rest of the world, Wallace, and I hear us whites. Muta, I have 4 things what I want to touch. The first one, the black tulip flowers. Oh, they just disappear, so. Not one plant to be shown. And I think you see in England destroy that flowers. The black tulip is the black man flowers, the black flowers.
Okay.
So, a man can type it in on your system and then you see it come up. All right.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Yeah.
The bombing of Libya. And we are those for in Libya.
In Africa, Libya there.
All right.
In the northern part.
All right.
That are 2.
Yes.
Number 3 now.
Number 3 now.
Yeah.
The farming the man I talk about, you know, is man-made farming, you know.
So you have another kind of farming?
The farming the man I talk about.
Oh, famine you talk about. Yeah,
the famine the man I talk about.
Man make it. Which family you talk about now? Which one?
All right.
Which one of the family you talk about?
All right, the family I talk about now. The seeds them from the store. If you use the chemical with them, you're not gonna get it. You're gonna work in vain.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right, that's a 3. 4 one. The last one now. The last one.
Number 4 now, the last one.
Yeah.
Yes, the street cleaner them do a good work. What you like when the street them look Muta when you sweep?
When you sweep it? Them which part me live?
No, me not about live like the town and certain part in Jamaica. Or you sweep clean all in the town, yeah. And certain other street. What you like when the street sweep clean? Me like
It's all right.
Right.
Yes,
For
and
that.
me not no glitches.
All right, sir.
But,
Give thanks.
All right, but well, I know.
They don't say 4, brethren. You say 4.
No, well, I know.
Yeah, Muta.
Blessed. Oh, you don't wait. The man didn't go. You
Yeah,
know what?
you know, long me a old man, almost 2 hours. Anyhow, let me run it quick. Me I tell you, need in Britain for more blood donors, especially for our African people who are likely to have types of blood needed for sickle cell anemia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very serious, because the National Health Service need to find about 200,000 more regular blood donors. Is that to prevent a red alert? Because shortage of blood is serious, yes, man. You know, serious thing. So, especially African people need it, especially too, because with those who have sickle cell anemia, needed to do that and thing. And you see, the brethren when I talked earlier, the serious lack of medical equipment in Jamaican hospitals, man, they make our people die. And the majority of our people who die are the African people in Jamaica.
And them say it alright. Them say it alright. The minister talk about it'll go how it's supposed to go, because them do the good things.
A lie, Mattel. That's a lie, and it's both PMP and GLP, and not just GLP. You know, Muta, that there has always been an absence of good medical equipment in the hospitals in Jamaica, and the fees when them charging for scan and that type of thing is a death sentence you're putting on people who do have the money to pay for them kind of thing.
But me know a fact about a machine, don't have what them call it. Longanard Street Hospital there. Me know as a fact that there's a eye thing there long there where them do thing to people eye. Me don't know it's what.
Laser type thing, eyes or whatever.
It broke down. It's not there again, and people have to go get some big money to go spend, to go do the same thing for a private doctor.
Exactly. And most of our people cannot afford that. But you know why the PNP and GLP MPs do them thing there? Remember years ago them passed law where them use our taxpayers' money to fly to Miami for their medical treatment, you know.
Because them can't do that. With our money, them do it,
With our money, exactly. It's wickedness, and this is both PNP and GLP. And remember, even with pensions, you know, you remember most people, when they come on to pension, it cut by about a third, you know, while the same politicians make the pensions of prime ministers and governor generals the same 100%, it don't cut. You know what I mean? I remember one time Bruce Golding, whose father was a teacher like my parents, would say, him a go bring it so that it cut by a third like everyone else. But when him come in a power, he never do nothing different.
Same thing.
Him do the same thing. So both parties, so Portia Sims, so Golding, all of them get 100, them pension thing don't cut, while the vast majority of the people in Jamaica cut.
See money where them usually get when them at work, and now them I get it when them not at work. See your money.
Exactly. That is wickedness and exploitation, man. And I'm glad how Senegal beat up England in the football.
But you know, them have a tribute for Junior Biles this Saturday up at Louis Bennett Grand Theatre. And and that is good. And that is good for concern. And maybe I forgot to do this next week, but I have to drop this by you. You see the Spanish guy they named Julian Garcia in Barcelona. I chat about the amount of money where Bujo and Barry Salmon and reggae artists get. I have done my research about it because I write an article about it. You see him is not really a promoter, you know, because we investigate, as I investigate as journalists, and find out that on starting of the business is
him get money from the council, the equivalent of the council in Spain, government money to put on things. But it burn him when him must say the reggae artists, musicians from Jamaica earning good money because he want to pay them some cheap money and because them oppose that in fact because he first started bringing in artists, reggae artists based in England. And then after a while him use them as a springboard to get artists, them direct from yard. But him don't like how Sizzler.
So you don't believe that some of the things them we must say are true. But already artists overcharge.
No, in most of the cases it's not true. Because the artists them know that he has been given money. Him is a golfer.
No, but you bring it down on a personal level, no, not on the personal level. I talk about Jamaican artists. Where them charge people in America. A whole heap of them don't get to go work because them tell the promoter want big money and the place where them are going on, where them are going on. Can't hold some of them are guilty. A whole heap of them are not some. A whole heap of them region.
That is true.
Yeah, man, them charge too much. That's why them can't move. You know,
that is in some cases and so. But may I tell you specifically with the guy there in a Spain and thing, that's not true.
But
because
me hear him say nothing wrong still. Me hear him say you know a personal thing about him personally. But me I listen to what him say. Me not listen to how him stay in England. Me I listen to what him say. And what him say is a real thing. Artists overcharge promoter and then make it bad for everybody else. So them can't.
In some of the cases, because what I'm saying to you, you have some of the artists them who know how the market situation stay in Spain and that type of thing.
No, them young artists Them young artists don't know nothing about how things stay. Them not business. If them get $50,000 in a certain place, in a big arena where I hold 15,000, them want $50,000 in a nightclub too.
No, but that is obviously ridiculous because you can't only see the individual capacity of venues and the ticket prices.
The brother talk about, you know him personally, you know, check for him, but that him talk about.
No, it's not a matter of check for him. I deal with the reality of the situation because I know the whole history of how him come through and the relationship with the artist and thing. And as you say, I'm going to write a detailed article about this and this thing. To put forward the full thing.
You talk about him personally. The way I talk about was not a personal thing, you know. You might talk about artists.
No, not just him personally, no. You have some of the other promoters, them in Europe too, who are like him that way, you know. It's just true, same thing they come in and they observe with Howard Campbell and that type of thing. And reggae music not dying. Reggae music from generation, you have young people who love reggae music and things. So anyone who talk about the reggae music is dying, that's a lie.
You have young people who do that.
All right. So
Call earlier, man.
No, me didn't call earlier. Almost 2 hours me in a hole. Almost 2 hours me in a hole, Muta. Next week, give time. Yeah.
Why you love Shane as usual? Big up to Shane Clark. And the operator, I don't know her name at all. I don't know if she there every Wednesday night, you know, but why I yell her up, I hope she hear me. And we'll be back here at 2 p.m. to 5:45 with the Stepping Razor, the art of war.